As you breathe in, bring your arms out to either side and all the way up alongside your ears. And then as you breathe out, let your arms float down. Inhale, slowly reach up. And exhale, bring your arms down. And keep going like this. Inhale, reach up. You might look up. And exhale as you bring your arms down. You might look down. So 3 more times. As you lift, you can lift from the sides of your waist. You keep your shoulders down. If you notice they're sort of scrunching up by your ears. Move within the comfortable range of motion in your neck as you lift and lower your chin. And keep a solid foundation with your feet on the mat. And next time you have your arms up alongside your ears, you can keep them up. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up, reach and stretch, scrunch your shoulders up by your ears, and maybe even sort of lean back a little bit. So lift your chest, a few breaths to open the front of your body. And bring your arms back up to center. And then release the interlace and have your arms so they're parallel with the ground. And you bend your knees, sit down and back. And then here, sort of rock back and forth, finding the solid foundation with your feet. And then notice the difference. What happens with your legs if your knees go forwards of your ankles, forwards of your toes. And then what happens when they're sort of back? How does that affect your pelvis and your sort of ability to find stability in your core? If you notice that your back muscles really shorten, then do a pelvic tilt so that there you go with the natural curves of your spine and you're starting to wake up your strong core muscles a little bit more. Take another full breath in. As you breathe out, if there's a bit more room, sit down and back. And then as you breathe in, come all the way up. Release your arms by your sides. Couple of breaths in mountain pose. So just after those few movements, let me notice the difference in the heat in your body, the stability in your legs. And breathe in, raise your arms up alongside your ears. As you breathe out this time, bend your knees deeply and fold all the way forward so that your upper body rests on your bent legs. Your hands could come down to the blocks or to the floor and let your head hang heavy. And keep your right knee bent and straighten up your left leg. You can come up onto your right fingertips. So it's sort of a halfway lift. Again, your hand could be on the block or on the floor. And as you inhale, reach your left arm up into the air and turn. So your right knee stays really bent to press into your left hip. And then reach up and twist open the front of your body, the side of your body. And bring your left hand down, bend your left leg, switch sides. If you're using the block, put it underneath your right hand. Now straighten up your right leg, deep bend into your left leg. Press into your left hand and twist open to the side. And then come back. You can put the block off to the side. And bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. And as much as works for your shoulders, and roll them onto your back. And keep your elbows bent if you like, or lift your arms up into the air. You can straighten up your legs as much as feels okay. And then notice if you're hanging back into your heels.
If you are, try and bring a bit more weight forward into the front of your feet. Let your head hang heavy, 2 full breaths. Now release your hands down to the mat and come onto your hands and your knees.
Have your hands just a little bit wider than your shoulders and have your index fingers so they face forwards. With your toes tucked under, keep your right knee where it is on the mat, but swivel your right foot off to the side so it becomes like a little kickstand. Extend your left leg out and look back. Slide your left heel so it's sort of in line with your right knee on the mat. Push both hands into the mat and push the outside edge of your left foot down. And take a few breaths, so opening the side of your body a little bit more. Notice if your tailbone is kind of sticking up into the air, if your back muscles have shortened. Start to press your pelvis forwards. And then press your right hand into the mat and lift your left arm up into the air. Keep pressing your pelvis forwards as you reach up. And reach your left arm alongside your left ear. Create as much length as you can on that side. And reach your left arm up into the air and press your right hand into the mat so that you come up, so it's like warrior 2 in your upper body. You might slide your left foot back a little bit so that you feel balance between your right knee and your left foot. Breathe in. As you breathe out, drop your left hand down your left leg and reach up and over with your right arm. You can look wherever feels best with your neck. And come back up to center. And bring both hands back down to the mat and come onto your hands and your knees. Position both hands again, so a little bit wider than your shoulders, index fingers forward. This time swivel your left foot off the mat and extend your right leg out. Look back, sort of bring your right heel in line with your left knee. Keep both hands down and press into the floor. Press into the outside edge of your right foot. And start to tilt your pelvis forwards as you take the weight into your left hand. Then raise your right arm up into the air. And press into your supporting hand, so you're lifting up and away from your shoulder. And reach your right arm alongside your right ear. How long can you make the right side of your body? Now reach your right arm up into the air. Press your left hand into the mat. Slide your back foot back so you come up. Breathe in, breathe out. Right hand down your right leg, arc over. And come back up to center. And then both hands down to the mat. Come to your hands and your knees. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees wide. Slide your hips back to your heels. And coming into child's pose, extend your arms out. And let your chest rest down. And breathe some length into your low back.